Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the YugiTuber Grand Championship 2016. In this match, we've got GlasgowYGO going up against the fan favorite beast from the I don't know where, I guess the East, Kanyewest315. And with us for this commentary, we have with us again, Team Samurai X1.
Hello. How are you?
Are you gonna do that?
Today?
Are you gonna do that impersonation the entire video?
No, I can't. I'm telling you right now. I don't know how Kanye does it, but I'm Asian, and it just doesn't I don't have it in me to do those accents. I don't know. I feel like I'm not Asian.
Well, you
enough.
have to try to do it as much as you can. That's a mandatory requirement.
No, I can't. I cannot. I'm just gonna embarrass myself in front of all your audiences. No. Thanks, Alex. So we have Domain Monarchs versus Burning Abyss PK Fire.
Yeah, I'm actually not sure which variant it is yet. I mean, honestly, both variants run Terror Top. So I mean, we for this point we don't really know which one Nadir is running, but we'll find out soon. It won't be too much of a mystery.
Yeah. So you know what? The first turn, Domain Monarchs, the first turn Domain just literally locks locks the Glasgow from playing the game. It's actually insane how Domain has such an impact on decks like PK Fire. Oh,
and
man,
it's so funny
because
you think with something like Winter Cherries existing that you would see less of a deck like this, but it's funny how it hasn't really dropped a whole lot in popularity because it's still a really good deck, but it can be as good of a deck as it wants. Exactly. Domain is still Domain and can lock out a lot of stuff, as we've already seen in this tournament. So
yes. And people still play Domain, still play PK Fire if Domain is still even a card.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, you've got
yeah. Like with cherries, you got like we said before, as we discussed, Lancias to stop cherries. So a lot of people are still going to be playing BAPK regardless of cherry.
Absolutely, but at this point right now, looking at Glasgow's hand, it's not looking too good for him because he has a really solid hand if Domain wasn't on the field right now.
He does. This is why, in my personal opinion, I feel like Domain Monarchs is stronger than XYZ Monarchs. Although that XYZ Monarchs can go into a lot of crazy plays like XYZs, like Pleiades, Magnolier, and things like that. I felt like overall, stunning your opponent is definitely more advantageous than, you know what I mean, than going to those XYZs. That's just my personal opinion, but a lot of people can disagree, but that's okay. So first turn Terra Top is always amazing. If Glasgow went first,
the Max C on Kanye's end now.
Oh my God, Kanye, you're so good.
The interesting thing is, too, he could have just normaled off his Farfa and just attacked into the Aether to remove it from the field temporarily, and then his field would have been unlocked from Domain since he wouldn't have controlled a Tribute Summon monster anymore, then could have proceeded to kind of do the Terror Top play and all that shenanigans. So I'm kind of curious to see why he went Terror Top first.
Okay, now he's doing
I guess just to automatically just get it killed off. That also works too. That way he's not taking the battle damage.
Yeah.
And now he's going to chain the other Aether, which, I mean, we obviously saw that he searched off of the first Aether previously. So, I mean, Glasgow had a lot to deal with because he has to figure out basically how to deal with, I guess, 2 Tribute Summonable monsters, if you want to put it that way. So
Exactly. So now Farfa is
and Glasgow forced to use the Max C here to be able to just try to find some sort of answer here, because right now with what he has in hand, I mean, his board is just going to be completely, his hand is completely useless at this point.
Yeah, so Andy's going to send
I think that's really good, especially against these type of decks, because they play some traps. They have things like Fog Blade, Solemn Strike, Solemn Warning. We've seen it before, so then immediately once Kanye's turn returns, he can just banish the Frost Blast, and he can just get rid of that back row. So Nadir only drawing, it looks like an Alex, so nothing that's really going to help him too much. It's
no spell or trap cards or anything like Regeki or Darkhold to make sure he has an out to his board. But unfortunately, you know what? That's how Monarchs work, man. Summon 1 monster, 2 monsters, sit on Domain, and just hope for the best. Like, they don't even need back row. Domain is like the back row to everything. And Glasgow is under Max C. I mean, that's even worse too. So.
These decks run so high monster counts as well. It really just doesn't help the fact that when they are under a domain lock like this, just the chances of them getting something are much lower. So
exactly. And he does have the prime to shuffle back cards to get more advantage.
Yeah, that's really good in this case, because now he can just generate even more resources while Glasgow is pretty much just sitting left in the dust under domain. So And we know he has Erebus in hand, so he has a 1 Prime Engrave, so he already has a free way to tribute out Erebus. But let's see if Kanye has any other better way to be able to just further his board even better than it already is.
Yeah. Like, I feel like he's dropped Erebus, bounce back a card in his hand, and just basically just kept attacking, sitting on domain. It's probably the best thing you can do. So he's gonna ban it for Pantheism.
He's gonna grab Tenacity, so basically free card right there.
Getting what he wants, you know what I mean? Like, especially having 3 Tenacity in your deck, you already guaranteed to get cards.
I'd say he's probably going to go for Return here, because then he can grab another Aether and just pretty much further his protection. Exactly. Oh, Stormforth, okay. That's another option.
Stormforth, yep, I knew it. Best play is to get Stormforth right now.
I don't really know, because the Terratop's not like a threat. I mean, it's okay, because, I mean, I guess you're going to do a ton of damage, which is fine, but at the same time, it's like, you could just rip a card out with Erebus, and then... Even though you can do a lot of damage, I don't really feel like it's necessary to Stormforth here. But I mean, you know, it just
maybe Andy already has an Aether in his hand.
That's also true. That's also we don't know what else is in his hand, so that could be affecting his play. So he's gonna go Erebus here, dumping a couple cards. He's gonna rip that Tekatomborg, which almost kind of benefits Glasgow, ironically enough, because if he draws into another Terratop, that makes it live. So
wait. What does he send?
Yeah.
Oh, he sends a domain.
Right.
Oh, no,
so he didn't Stormforth the Terratop like we were saying. So I mean, so he probably does have an Aether in hand then. Possibly even Escalation. He could also have an Escalation, not necessarily the Aether, but there's a lot of different things he could have at this point.
A lot of people don't play Escalation in Monarchs, but Escalation has been such an amazing card lately in some deck profiles that I've seen. Because especially being able to interrupt combo plays of Escalation, airbasing on your opponent's turn.
Or Majesty's Fiend on your opponent's turn.
Exactly. Like, you're trying to activate this effect, you're like, oh, Escalation? Like,
right.
Oh, who the heck plays that card? And it drops a Majesty's Fiend, and just
he drew the Terratop.
Oh,
speaking of that, that's really funny.
Oh, man, rips for the Terratop. Look at that.
Apparently I'm psychic.
Alex, you're officially psychic.
But... That's but I mean the thing is he can draw the Terratop all he wants. It's not really going to help him a whole lot because you see him scrolling over the domain with his mouse in frustration.
He's like, yo, what do I do with this card? Oh man, in my personal opinion, I feel like Monarchs has the best potential to go off and can potentially be the best deck.
And that's honestly like the countermeasure to them. Oh my god, the Max C.
Oh my god, Alex.
I saw what just happened.
Did you see what just happened? See, Kanye West, the king of the water, the king of the seas, has the Max Seas. The king of the seas has the luck in the ocean. He's like the next Poseidon. He should be.
I don't know. Like with the amount of savagery we've seen from Kanye West in this tournament, like this is a top contender to win the whole thing, ladies and gentlemen.
Like, Naharo, like, you know what I mean? He's sitting behind his screen saying, Naharo, come at me. Just come at me, man.
Oh my god. So we see he's going to end phase Prime, which makes perfect sense because you just want to keep your engine going. And he's going to Frost Blast and destroy the graph, which is...
oh my gosh, yeah. I totally forgot. I thought Frost Blast just destroyed
It's funny because in the last video, I thought Mega Mobius destroyed set monsters, and that's what I was thinking, is that Frost Blast is actually the one that destroys set monster, because it says set cards, so... And they both have Mobius on it, so that's why I got confused.
So he's going to banish the Prime. Yeah. Prime's going to come back regardless, so... Glasgow is in a really tight spot right now. You know what? If he went first, man, all he had to do
honestly,
was just go first.
Went first kind of decided this match because he would have at least. Well, I don't want to completely say that because I mean Glasgow's board would have been much more developed, but it would have just kind of been a different thing. And so that's going to be it. It looks like Glasgow's going to scoop up game 1. We're going to go right into game 2 and kind of see what's coming up next for these players.
He saved the replay as this effing cancer. I saw that. Oh my god!
The salt.
He does have a Twin Twister. I'm really confused on why he's playing Dragging. Is he? I think he's playing Pure Burning Abyss.
So and Dragging has seen its way into some Pure Burning Abyss builds because it's stacking any Burning Abyss card is really good for either Dante or if you want to draw if you want to draw Traveler. I mean it's still a pretty damn good card.
I can agree with that.
There's like, it has like niche situations. It's not like amazing, but if anything, it's just another name. And plus, you can dump it off Beatrice in the end phase if you have nothing else to dump. So then you can put what you want on the top of your deck. So I mean, if you kind of look, it has some niche application, I guess.
I am very confused on why Glasgow did not use Dante's effect to mill. I did not understand why he did not do that.
Yeah, that's really interesting. Maybe he wanted to...
Because milling can be very good because you can either freaking mill a Seer, you can extend your combo plays. You can also, thin out your deck to draw potential cards like Twin Twister later on in the game, even though he already has one. So, and he forgot a tour guide to play in the deck. Wow.
Oh my god.
Oh my gosh. Andy
horrible.
Is sitting behind the camera right now saying, "The Harrell, you forgot a tour guide." And he's just laughing. Trust me. I know Andy. Andy's just like, yes. Man, Kanye. Let's get it.
Oh my god. That's a really, really unfortunate turn of events there for Glasgow for getting the tour guide. So, I mean, he's forced to grab a Seer, which Seer still isn't bad.
And he did not set a Twin Twister. Why?
I think... Okay, to be honest, I think saving the Twin Twister is actually smart because if it were set, it's being able to be destroyed by Frost Blast or anything else, and then you have no out to domain if they have it. So I honestly think keeping it in the hand is the safest place to... Even though Erebus is a thing, keeping it in the hand I think is the safest bet at this point.
Yeah. Oh, man. But you know what? If he knew he didn't play the tour guide, it was best to mill off with Dante, so that way when Seer dies, Seer can get a lot of advantage off it. So, oh my god.
Absolutely. So, it's going to be interesting to see now. Luckily for Glasgow, he does have a Dark Hole, so usually that's kind of one of the good outs to have against Domain Monarchs, is basically just wipe the board of all the Tribute Summon monsters. Yeah. And, if, I mean, his deck floats entirely, so it's really no big deal if he had his Dark Hole as field, but... first turn Beatrice is still pretty good. So we're going to see how Kanye West is going to be able to deal with this. Stormforth obviously being the best thing you could possibly do at this point.
Yes, it is. And Beatrice is really, really good. The best way to have Beatrice on board in Monarchs is having Beatrice with a material of Alec. Because you know what? If they Stormforth your Beatrice, right?
Correct.
Everything will go to grave, and Alec is going to activate to negate the big Monarchs effect. So... You know what? Unfortunately, he does not have that, but he does have a graph under. Oh my god! See,
he's got the domain, and we know he has Stormforth already. And honestly, going back to that other video, we're talking about how good of a card Stormforth is.
Exactly.
What card outs Beatrice? Stormforth. So here we are again. Just showing the power of Monarch Stormforth.
Exactly, and it's like, what cards out Dark Destroyer? What cards out? All the Cosmos chips. Stormforth. Stormforth is such an absolutely amazing card. As you and I discussed.
Absolutely.
It should be hit. It deserves to get hit. It deserves to get hit.
All right.
Unlike Soul Exchange, you know what? Soul Exchange is a target. The problem that Stormforth just freaking targets. And it's annoying. No, Stormforth doesn't target. That's what I mean.
Yeah, Stormforth doesn't target. It has the added benefit of I'm sorry. It has the the added benefit. You still have the battle phase if you're comparing it to Soul Exchange, because Soul Exchange. The only downside is you can't use your extra deck, but in Domain Monarchs that's completely irrelevant. So
exactly. Oh man, so he's gonna go Erebus effect.
Erebus also being another valid way to counter Beatrice. So
I don't understand why Andy did not tribute his Beatrice. Oh my.
I mean, I think it looks like he's wanting to just spin away Beatrice from what it looks like. Yeah, but that's a really odd call. I agree. And
I feel like he has Econ. So Econ is a great out.
Econ is also another great out that we've been seeing a lot of people play lately to kind of stop Domain Monarchs.
Yeah.
So Erebus is going to resolve. Beatrice is going to send Seer to the graveyard, which means Dante is more than likely going to spin. Otherwise, it could be... I don't think he had Farfa in there, so...
Yeah.
Most likely he's going to go for the Dante.
Yeah, he's going to go for the Dante 100%.
Yeah. Did he choose the Beatrice to spin away with Erebus?
I have no idea.
I would assume, because I don't know why you would pick anything else. I mean...
Yeah. No, well, But the thing with this is why I felt like Glasgow should have set Twin Twister, because now what is it called? The reason why I feel like Andy did not tribute off the Beatrice is because he knew he had domain. So once Beatrice dies, Beatrice does not get to bring up Pilgrim either way.
Right? And
because he already has domain out. So.
And surprisingly, he spun away a card in Glasgow's hand rather than spinning away the Beatrice.
Yeah.
Really interesting play. Unless, again, he has 4 other cards in his hand, so we don't know what the hell else he has. So, one of them's Stormforth. We know that.
Yeah, trust me. Like Andy just thinks like his own amazingly way. he has his sea gods under his sleeves. You don't understand.
Sea gods under his sleeves. You heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen.
He does. He has like marksman. He's like, yeah, he has marksman.
He's got marksman.
Man, like each time I think of mermaids, the first person I go to is just Andy. He's like, in my personal opinion, one of the best mermaid players out there.
Yeah.
So dragging is gonna activate.
Actually, wait a minute. I just thought of something that I think we're both being completely blindsided to. I don't think he can summon Pilgrim off when Domain's active.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Oh, that's what you're saying. Okay, yeah. I completely missed it. I'm like, wait a minute. Like, I'm missing something here. Okay.
Yeah, he can't.
I'm caught up, ladies and gentlemen.
That's why he's like. That's why I felt like Andy wanted to spin a card off his hand. Because Andy was like, why would I spin off Beatrice if I have a Domain on board?
Right. I was thinking, I don't know. For some reason, I was thinking that you can still summon the Pilgrim with Domain active. I'm not sure why. But no, that's fine. Okay, no, this is obviously the right play then. Because if this is the case, then there's really no reason not to. It's really unfortunate for Kanye. I mean, he doesn't know this, but it's unfortunate that he did not spin back the Twin Twister. Because that, honestly, Twin Twister Dark Hole, it can get Glasgow right back in this game.
But you have to understand that the cards in his hand were random, so he doesn't know what card he's picking up,
right? Of course. Absolutely. Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. And he doesn't even know that he has it. So only we do.
So, like, the best thing what I would do right now is definitely, like, 100%, if you have Twin Twister first turn, like, if they have the card to hit the embassy, they have a card to hit the Twin Twister, right? But it's better off if you're hitting their Domain, and see, look at that, end phase he could have Twin Twistered the Domain and the set back row. Maybe that set back row is a scolding. Watch.
Yeah, but okay, so
scolding.
To be fair to your logic, if you set the Twin Twister, Andy could have gone Erebus, and he could have spun away the Twin Twister, and then even though the Domain would have been destroyed, the back row would have still been alive. So
scolding, 100%. Watch, Andy's gonna have scolding.
If it's scolding, I'm just gonna cry for him. Wow, okay. We didn't have scolding.
We didn't have scolding. Oh, he hit the MSD.
That's good for him though, because now he's basically right back in it.
Yeah, he's back on track. But how is he gonna get over that? Oh, Erebus. He has a.
Oh, he's got so many ways he can deal with this now. This is not a problem at all.
Yeah.
He can upgrade into a Beatrice. He can honestly dark hole the field if he wanted to.
Yeah. Man, but that tour guide is gonna hurt him. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah,
not having tour guide is hurt. It's gonna hurt.
Oh yeah, because he would have the tour guide already. So I mean, he could have potentially just pushed really hard this turn with tour guide.
Yeah. Alex, in your personal opinion, which deck do you think is better, PK Fire or Pure Burning Mist?
Ooh, that's a good question. Honestly, I'd really have to think about it because both decks have really like intricate plays that they can each like that. They both have their strengths.
Yes, exactly.
I kind of like Pure Burning Abyss because I feel like it's more consistent. Because the thing with PK Fire is the cards can kind of clog sometimes. Like you might get like random cards that don't work well together.
Yeah,
and that's kind of an issue I feel with. And I'm kind of someone who tends to prefer like consistency, like over like like a deck ceiling being pushed higher. So
yeah, I feel you.
So I don't know, and I don't know. I played Burning Abyss at Nats last year, so I mean Pure Burning Abyss, obviously. So I mean I don't know. I might be a little biased, so I don't know. I like Pure Burning Abyss better. I honestly don't know which is better because they just both have like they're both really strong decks. To be perfectly honest, like it's really if you're gonna really say which one's better than the other, you're really nitpicking at that point.
Yeah. Like in my personal opinion, I actually had experience of playing both decks, and I felt like when you're playing PK Fire. It's definitely more consistent with your mills because you can either mill gloves, cloak, or boots, right?
Right.
And first turn, you have different options other than always going to normal summon your Burning Abyss, especially when the Burning Abyss go off to Dante and go into Beatrice.
Right.
Rather as in pure Burning in PK Fire, you can go Terra Top, go into Dante, hopefully mill one of your Phantom Knights, search your trap card, which is very, very crucial against the Monarch matchup because you know what? If Andy goes Idea or like Eidos or like Erebus, you still have that Fog Blade to negate the monster's effects, right? And also sometimes going to that break sword popping your own card to bring out 2 level 4s from the graveyard to lock your master restrict with Key Beetle is very, very
very,
key.
Very good.
Yeah, and the fact that the really main point in PK Fire is because it's advantageous where you can search up your trap cards. Like, if you see a boot, you already know that you have a Fog Blade in your hand, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, so you know what? It's definitely better if you open up Beatrice with Fog Blade on board rather than just opening up Beatrice. And I felt like, especially in today's format, traps are really not that useful in today's format right now because everything is just very, very fast.
Oh, yeah.
Everything's very fast, and traps don't do anything for you first turn. But especially if you're playing against Monarchs, you have traps like if you're going first in PK Fire, you have Fog Blade. If you play Wings, Wings can protect your Beatrice from being destroyed by card effects.
Absolutely.
Like so they
you know what? They each have their strengths.
Yes, like Pier Bunny Miss can go triple Beatrice first turn if you want to.
Oh yeah, absolutely, and that's something that you can't really look the other way at. So we see Kanye getting the idea. So getting back to the match here, and we're going to see Beatrice chained in response to that.
You just send Alec at this point.
Yeah, I was going to say, you send Alec, and then once the IDOS gets summoned, you just negate the IDOS, so then that way he doesn't get an additional summon.
Yeah, but a very problematic thing about this is that next turn, if those two go to graveyard, he has another tribute summon.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Oh, man.
And that's what's just crazy. That little tiny loop, as small as it may be, it is so significant.
It is so significant. But you know what? And a lot of people are not playing Effect Veilers.
It's funny how Effect Veiler has kind of made its way out of the meta. Now that you mention it, I've noticed that
because people are like, "Oh wait, people are going to play not Domain. They're going to play XYZ Monarchs now, so Effect Veiler wouldn't be a thing."
So Max C's better.
Max C's better,
right?
But the thing is that when Domain Monarch players see that,
they're like, "Ooh, I'm going to keep playing Domain Monarch because now I don't have to worry about getting Veilered every game."
Yeah, because the last format before I think Pose Shiv, right before the Pose Boundless. A lot of people are playing triple Veiler in Monarchs, or double Veiler, because the Monarch Mirror match is very crucial, and that first turn idea and Eidos can be very, very problematic, and if you have a Effect Veiler, so.
Yep, and Kanye West getting that domain lock back up and live, Beatrice is going to get ran over by Erebus. Dante's going to survive another day, which is fine, but again, Glasgow's still holding on to that. Oh, it's actually going for Dante, interesting.
Dante.
Okay, so it's going to hit Dante instead, so Dante and Graf are both going to trigger.
Yes, so Dante should add back. I don't know what he can add back.
I don't know what he wants to add back at this point. It's kind of hard to say.
Yeah, can you imagine, Alex, if Beatrice effect if this card is destroyed by a card effect in general, not just.
Oh my god, that would be so broken.
Yeah, just like Dark Hole Beatrice.
Dark Hole my own Beatrice to summon Pilgrim.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I mean, luckily for Glasgow though, he does still have that Dark Hole, like I was saying. So even though he might lose some things here, he can get right back in it, no problem.
And the brilliant thing about Monarch is that, if you think you have game, and you're like, yeah, you know what, I have game, and you enter battle phase and you have Prime. That's actually the funniest thing.
Honestly, Prime is oh my god. So funny story, since we're just waiting here for this to go down. So funny story, when we first, got a hold of, the Monarch structure decks and stuff, when we were kind of, first playing around with the deck, I followed I follow OCG, a little bit, but not enough to, really know everything about, the deck before it came out. I didn't think Prime... I thought Prime, each Prime could be used once per turn. Not Prime itself was once per turn.
Yeah.
So, when my friends and I were practicing the mirror match, we were trying to go through 3 Primes in a turn, in our battle phases. So, because we thought each Prime could be activated once per turn.
No.
That'd be way too broken. Way too broken.
And did you see what Glasgow top deck, Alex?
Yeah, I got the Twin Twister. Wow. Oh my god. So he's going to Dark Hole the board. He's going to Twin Twister. He's going to be right back in it right now. Yeah. I mean, the only thing is, Idea's going to add back Pantheism. I don't know what else he had banished. He might have had one other card banished. So Kanye's not completely out of it, but it's definitely Glasgow's definitely he's got some advantage at this point. He can kind of put this back in his favor.
Yeah, I feel like Glasgow gave him this turn. Oh, no, he can't. No, he has a Prime in the grave.
Okay,
I forgot.
So we see the Idea is gonna. Yep, Idea is gonna target the Tenacity. So that was the other card. Cause I knew he had a couple Pantheisms in there. I forgot what else he banished. So then we're going to get the Dante back off of that. And so now he can upgrade into Beatrice. I'm surprised he's not Twin Twistering first.
Yeah. Oh my, okay. So he's going to Beatrice.
Yeah, because I don't know, even though you're not under Domain Lock, I would still want to clear that back row.
yeah, exactly.
Because, if that was Scolding, you just lose. Or if that was anything, honestly, to stop the summon. I mean, I don't know, though, because, you'd still summon Pilgrim if it was a Scolding or a Strike, so...
Yeah.
Maybe it's not too terrible to kind of go right into it, but I still would just want it cleared out. I wouldn't risk it.
Well, either way, he has his Prime in the graveyard, so his attack wouldn't even matter.
Right. So now he can just go forth and do a little bit more damage here if he wants. It's funny enough, Glasgow's not taking any damage this game so far.
Yeah, 8,000 to 4,600.
That's crazy.
Oh man, but Andy keeps top decking the cards he needs.
They're both top decking the cards they need. I mean, Glasgow getting the Twin Twister. I mean, it's just a good back and forth here.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna see Prime come down in all of its stalliness. The King of the Seas is putting on strapping that helmet on pretty tight right now.
Exactly. Oh, now he decides to twin. Oh,
yeah, so now he's deciding to Twin Twister to pop the domain and the back row.
Okay.
I'm interested as to Stormforth. Okay, so we're just gonna chain that.
Yeah, if he had escalation, that would have been super nice.
Yeah. Well, I was gonna say if he has yeah. I think that's actually pretty good though, because now he actually can't. He couldn't Aether during the battle phase. So
yeah.
that was a pretty smart play. I give kudos to him for that. So we're gonna see Scar.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
Was pretty good. So Scarm in the end phase here. He doesn't have many options left. I think
No, don't take Far. You take Farfa. No, because you always want to have Farfa in your deck, so you can
send off the Beatrice. Yeah.
But now Andy has 2 tributes. Oh my god, Andy's just watch. He's gonna banish Eidos right now.
Yeah, because he can banish the Eidos to summon the Idea, which will grab him another Eidos. He also has the Domain.
Oh my god.
This might not be good.
This is why he should have kept Farfa in his deck.
Yeah.
So he's gonna go into
what else did he have? He had double Calcab, Rubik. I don't remember what else I saw.
Double Calcab, Rubik. He has Alec in there. He has Barbar. He has Libek in there as well.
So he has an Alec, which at least that can do something. But even so, that's it's not going to help him here, because the problem is, even if he negates Eidos again, he still gets a summon because he hasn't normaled yet.
Yeah.
So that puts him in an awkward position at this point.
So he's going to go Alec and go Eidos, but he still has a tribute summon, which is really nice.
Exactly, yeah. So we see those Fog Kings in there too. 3 Econs. So Alec's going to get sent. We're going to see the Eidos come down.
Yeah.
And so now that's going to get negated. And he still has Prime, too. So, I mean, he doesn't even have to tribute.
Yeah, he doesn't have to tribute.
Yeah. I mean, obviously you would, because there's no reason to really go Prime here. But
yeah. So Seer is going to activate as well. No, sorry. He's going to add Seer Design.
Yeah. Do we know that he has... Do we know if he has Aether or Erebus in hand? I'm not sure which one it is.
Aether or Erebus, I have no idea as well. I feel like we're just so focused on talking about, what is it? How cards are good, or like the difference of each deck. So like we totally forgot what's in Andy's hand.
I know
Andy has the nuts.
Well, he has Erebus. Okay, that's really good for him. So he's gonna grab Return, so then he can tribute for Erebus and grab Aether, which is really strong. If he has the 3rd domain, this is like over.
Yeah,
I'm fully convinced.
Oh my. Oh, okay. So
that's perfect. He's gonna banish the domain for Prime, so he can grab it back with Idea. That's so good.
See, look at that. See, the hero. Keep saying it. Let's go.
Is that the only thing of his you know how to say?
Yes, I knew. And the water. Today I got the water. Flying sea cow. The water.
Oh man.
He just does it too good.
Yeah, no,
I love his accent. I feel like he has his own flair into his videos. I like
absolutely, yeah. Kanye's the amount he has a good level of humor in his videos.
Yeah,
so.
Yeah.
But man, this is a really strong play. I mean, Aether, Erebus spinning away. Probably one of the cards in his hand, I'm assuming, because he can just play Domain and just run over Beatrice. And then,
Yep.
Now, I mean, this is not looking good right now. If Glasgow top decks another Twin Twister...
It wouldn't matter. He has too much board advantage right now. He just completely knock him out.
Exactly, yeah. Because, I mean, you discard Seer, you could bring back Dante, but then, like, you just have Dante sitting there. So you can just Dante Seer loop infinitely, but that's not going to last you too long because... I mean, he has Aether in hand as well, so...
Yeah, and he just banished all the Pantheism. Okay, if you give him the Prime Monarch, man...
that Prime Monarch would just be your death sentence at this point. Like, honestly, you want to give him that domain, which is funny that, like, as a... to even, like, say that, you want to give him that domain.
Yeah, it's true. Well, he already has a domain on the board, so it doesn't really matter.
No, but, like, out of all those other options, he wants that, he wants that Prime.
Yeah, he wants that Prime, because the Prime is the best recycler of the deck.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And I remember Glasgow actually did a video about with Monarchs. He said that how players use Prime is actually going to determine the better Monarch players from the non-better Monarch players.
Yeah, it's true. It's
true because how you can effectively use that card. It's such a versatile card.
Exactly. And I see a lot of people when I'm playing Monarchs, especially when they're playing triple or 2 Prime Monarchs, they usually send all 3 to the graveyard.
Right.
I'm like, why would you do that to yourself? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, don't play yourself. Like, it's
you played yourself.
You play yourself. Like, I see a lot of players do that. I'm like, why are you just sending triple Prime to the graveyard? You know what I mean? That's actually, I don't think it's great.
Yeah, and so Nadir just forcing he's just forced a wall up here. I mean, we know that Kanye's just going to Frost Blast the Seer more likely than not.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna see an Aether come down more than likely as well, unless he has another Erebus, which we could also see that.
And Kanye didn't even use his Kuraz yet.
No, he hasn't used Kuraz. We haven't seen Kuraz the entire match so far.
The entire match, yeah.
Yeah, which is
Sorry, what were you saying?
No, I was gonna say, which is kind of, I mean, usually see it make its appearance every once in a while. So I mean, it's kind of surprising, but
yeah. If he didn't have Domain, he can basically go Nightmare Shark. He can go Nightmare
Shark,
right?
Barbar, yeah.
Yeah, Nightmare Shark Barbar for game.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, he's just going to continue with his idea IDOS loop.
Yeah,
and
it's always like if he didn't have Domain, if he didn't have
that's
Domain,
what it all comes down to.
Man. Oh my god.
Man, this is a really, really, really strong turn. So I don't know if there's a lot of hope. I mean, the only hope for Glasgow at this point, he needs Regeki, or he needs a board clear.
Yeah, it wouldn't really matter because you know what, Erebus can always recycle itself.
Erebus can recycle. That's true, actually. So
yeah,
I mean, if he has the cards to recycle Erebus,
yeah,
that's true. But it really depends. So we're gonna see Frost Blast hit the Seer.
Another wall up in here. Another Dante wall.
Absolutely. I mean, Burning Abyss doing what Burning Abyss do best, not dying. Man. I can't believe how long this deck's been around. It's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, no, yeah. It's I think 2 years now?
We're going on it, yeah. We're going on 2 years.
We're going on it. And you know what? People thought it was dead. People thought it was dead before, but, with the addition of Rhino that came out.
Oh, man.
Because, we lost 3 cards, right? A Seer and 2 Graph.
You lost 2 Graph and a Seer, yes.
So that means that...
And technically 2 Tour Guide if we want to be picky.
Yeah. But since we lost 3 cards off the pure Burning Abyss engine, you just replace it with 3 Rhino, right?
Pretty much, yeah.
Makes your mill 1,000 times better. So.
Absolutely, and pretty much replaces... Oh
my
man.
God. Andy goes like, yep, I'm going to save this Magic Scenes for last. Oh my god.
So the unfortunate thing about that is, I mean, he's not going to be able to play it this turn because he doesn't have an additional normal summon. But it doesn't even matter because once that gets played, yeah, Glasgow's just scooping it up. Like, he knows that he's done once he sees Majesty's Screen.
You see that? Top side next to side against
yeah, that's literally the ultimate lockout. So that's going to do it, ladies and gentlemen. Kanyewest315 going on to the top 8. Thank you all so much for watching the video. We'll see you in the next match.
Peace.